Good morning and welcome to a 24-hour reading vlog. It's more like a 12-hour reading vlog. I need to stop touching the table or I'll shake the camera. So it is currently 7 o'clock and I have been up for an hour. Usually in the mornings I wake up at 6, I take Loki, my adorable little Maltese, out for a walk for like 15 minutes. And then I will get home, I'll make my husband lunch for work, and then I'll make him breakfast. He'll eat. I'm usually too nauseous to eat, so all I'll have is coffee usually. And then my husband leaves for work at like 6:40. So I'm currently alone, and my husband has been working until like 6:30 to almost 7. So he doesn't get home till almost 7. So it's very long days for him, and I think it's hard on both of us, even though I can't imagine being him out in the heat right now. But I digress. Basically in this video, and if there's a lot of like noise, I'm sorry. There's air conditioning behind you, Loki's eating his breakfast. There's a lot going on. But basically, this video is my hopes of catching up with my reading this month. Those of you who have been following me since the beginning of this month would know I had a pretty big TBR. I had a total of 22 books on my TBR to read, and I've been marking them off here. And then daily I calculated how many pages per each book was, and then I added them together and then divided them by the days of the month so I could calculate exactly how many pages I needed to read every single day, and my total was 290 pages a day. So yeah, and I have actually made that amount quite a few days of the month, but then quite a few days, especially the weekends, I have very little to no time to read. So I've gotten behind in my reading. So today we're going to see, one, how many pages in general we can read, and if we can knock out at least a couple of these books. So my copy of The Life of Thomas More by Peter Ackroyd is in the other room, but I'm hoping to finish that because there's only like 50 pages left of that. Then I'm also hoping to just quickly listen to The Lure of the Dim Trails, which is for June on the Range, because I'm pretty sure the audiobook for that is like 3 to 4 hours, even though the book is supposed to be like 240 pages, which I'm like, how is that like 4-hour audiobook? But maybe the book copies have like added padding, I don't know. But so I'm gonna do that. So those are the two that I'm hoping to finish for sure today. Currently reading Lonesome Dove. Here's the thing, I am about 300 pages in and it's about 1,000 pages. Usually, because I don't read that many like 1,000-page books. Usually when I'm not enjoying a book that's say 300 pages, but I'm like already 200 pages in, I'm gonna finish it because, you know, why not? And I've never read a 1,000-page book that by this point I wasn't into and I didn't like. Basically the story follows these two retired Texas Rangers as they lead a group to steal horses, to steal cattle, and then to go from a town called Lonesome Dove and then go all the way to Montana, I believe, to sell the cows. So, and then like the main female is a prostitute. So I'm really hating this. I'm really disliking Lonesome Dove. I don't like any of the characters. I like Newt. He's like a very young boy who's part of the cattle herd group. But besides that, I don't like any of the characters. I really despise them all. I hate them from like a moral standpoint, and I don't really enjoy them either. So I'm just wondering, like, being 300 pages in, when do you say, okay, it's not enough? Because usually I'd be like, oh, 300 pages, for most books that means you're almost done. So like, I might as well just finish it. But with this one, I'm only like less than a third of the way done, so I'm about a third of the way done. And so I'm like, well, what should I do? What should I do? Anyway, so I'm considering DNFing that, but I think I'm going to step back a little bit from it. Today I do usually, when I go on a walk, as well as make my husband's lunch and breakfast, Usually I have my this thing in my ear and I'm listening to audiobooks. So I did get maybe like 5 chapters done of Lonesome Dove this morning, but I'm still really disliking it, so I don't know. But I do have a list of other things that I need to do today. I need to do the laundry. So I don't know, we're just gonna see what I feel like reading today and try to like tackle some of the reading. Okay, so I will be back with reading updates. Hi, okay, I am back, and there's even more sound behind me because you have the air conditioning and you have the dryer currently going. So I'm almost done with the laundry. I went to Walmart to get some groceries, and I came home and I called my mom. Yes, I talk to my mom pretty much every day. And I had a long chat with her about Lonesome Dove. And you know what? After talking to her, because she's seen parts of the miniseries back in the 80s, 89, like Robert Duvall, Tommy Lee Jones did this like series. I'm going to DNF this. Here's the thing. There's so many good books out there, and I'm currently reading City of God by St. Augustus, and I'm loving that, but I'm putting focus on this because I'm like, well, it's such a big Western, like it's so popular, it should be great, right? And I don't think it is. I think this is a very bad book. And here's my reasoning as to why. This is going to be turning into like a Sun Rant review. So this book follows 2 ex-Texas Rangers who put together an outfit to do a cattle drive from Texas to Montana. And with them, they take 1 prostitute. Here's the thing. 1, there's a complete lack of realism in this book. And here's the thing, Westerns are supposed to be fun. They're not supposed to be 100% realistic. I understand that. But the prostitute is a woman, and many women during that time were forced into this situation. But they make it all romanticized. Like, she's constantly sleeping with different guys. Does she get STDs? Probably not. I mean, it's not mentioned in this book. Does she get randomly pregnant and has to deal with that? Not so far. And so there's no lack of realism when it comes to the horrific situation of prostitution in the Old West, because there was a major issue of like STDs and sexually transmitted diseases, and that's just kind of ignored for the entire book, or at least how far I am in. I'm currently 328 pages, and I'm going to be DNFing it, so I'm about a third of the way in. I also just finished The Lure of the Dim Trails. This was a really quick read. Basically, it's about this young man who is from like the city, New York City, and he decides that he wants to see what it's like to live in the Old West, to live on the trails. And this was written in 1907, so he decides to go on a cattle drive. And it's hilarious, it's funny, but like it's interesting to see like a very city type boy surviving in the harsh environment. So I think I'm going to give it 3.5 stars, but on Goodreads it's probably going to be close to like 3 stars. There's not much substance to it. It's a pretty quick read. Like I said, it was only like 3 hours on audiobook, but I really did enjoy it. Which means I've finished all the books I need to read that I need to read for June on the Range. June on the Range was definitely mixed for me. There were 2 books. The Log of the Cowboy I absolutely loved, and then The Lure of the Dim Trails, which I just finished, I also really enjoyed. But then the Bridge of the Gods, I had mixed feelings about, and now Lonesome Dove I really dislike. So I don't know, if you read Lonesome Dove, let me know what are your thoughts about it. But I think I'm going to go next and tackle Thomas More. It's currently like 9:30, and so I should get this done pretty quickly, and then I'm going to maybe have lunch. I have a puppy date with Loki, who's, you can't see him, but he's like fast asleep. Here. He's very cute. I have a puppy date with my sister where we get our dogs together, and her dog is bigger, but we like play together. So I will update you when I have more reading done. Hi, hello, welcome back. Quick update. I just finished Thomas More. This is an exceptional book. I really enjoyed it, but it's very dense, very detailed about like the Elizabethan, Tudor era. I guess it wasn't Elizabethan. Would you not hit the camera? He's itching. And yeah, it was great. But yeah, it took me over a month to read, just because like I would read like 20 to 30 pages here or there because it was very dense. But I'm glad I'm done with that. And with that, so far I've read about 425 pages today. So I have 47 pages of Lonesome Dove, and now I've DNF'd that. I have 244 pages of Lure of the Dim Trails, and then 134 pages of Thomas More. Technically only 50 pages like I actually read, because the last like almost 100 pages, like 75 pages are just like notes and references and things like that, which doesn't count as page count, but I'm counting it since it is the book. As for what to read next, so I have all of these to read and add the Oxford Book of, so those, oh, City of God. So all these and City of God I have left to read this month. I know I won't get them all done this month, but hey, if I get everything done except for the war in Korea, I will be very happy. So I think today what I'm going to do next is I'm going to try to tackle some of Sophocles. All I need to read this month is one play, but I'm actually hoping to like just do the entire thing today. I don't know how hard this will be, but it is about 261 pages for this book, so not that bad. And then I think I'm going to get started on City of Ink by Elsa Hart. This is the third book of the Lead-Do series, and because it's just like a cozy historical mystery, it's pretty light to read, and I think after all the reading I've done today, that will be nice, if I actually get to it. If I'm not, you know, I will be happy with all that I've read so far, and if after I finish that, I do want to start with Wild Swans. Finally, I was supposed to read it last month, and I haven't even read it so far this month because it's definitely not on my top priority. But yeah, hi. But I will check back with you when I've made more progress. So Loki has a tiny little Chewie, and Tally wants it. But he growls at her every time she gets close. It's such a disgusting little slimy thing too. Why would you want it, Tally? Hi, okay, quick update. Ooh, my hair is frazzled. I just got back from a play date with my sister's dog. It's so cute to see Tally, my sister's dog, and Loki play together because they're adorable. But so I just got home from that, and I finished, before I went there, I finished the first play of Sophocles, Ajax. I ended up actually pulling up just a semi-professional, I mean, it seemed like a college type production of Ajax, which is the first play in this particular Sophocles collection. I think I'm only gonna read like 1 to 2 a day at the most. We'll see if I'm more in the mood for it, because I have done a lot of reading today already, but this one was very interesting. Ajax, so Ajax, and I don't remember him from the Odyssey, but apparently he was from the Odyssey. He kind of loses his mind, and there's some hints in the play that the reason he lost his mind is because he thought himself too great, like hubris a man type thing. And so Athena, goddess of wisdom, a Greek goddess, she like curses him to basically be struck by madness, and then he dies. So that's basically what the play is about. But Odysseus, who is the main protagonist of the Odyssey, is featured in both the beginning and the end of this as being like Ajax's enemy, but then after Ajax's death, Odysseus is basically the only big warrior that is like, yeah, he deserves a proper burial, even though he kind of lost his mind, even though Agamemnon is like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. So all these characters, well, I would say like half the characters are from the Odyssey. And then I also started City of Ink while I was at my sister's playing with the dogs. I just got like, I don't know, about 20 pages in, so I'm not that far in. But this one is really cool because the first 2 books of the series were set kind of in the wilderness in China. They were set like kind of near the border of Tibet and China, whereas this one is set in Beijing. So it's a quite different feel because it's set in the capital city. In this one, Li Du, who is the main protagonist of this series, he was an exiled librarian. Now he has gone to work for the last 2 years. So this is 2 years after the previous book. He's gone to work for a chief inspector in Beijing. So he's basically working as an official detective instead of just like an unofficial detective. So I don't know about that like change of twist, but so far the book is good. But again, I'm only like 4 chapters in. So that's where I am right now. I'll probably give one more update. It's currently about 3 or so p.m. and my husband will probably get home at around 7, and so I probably won't have time to do any more reading after that. I'll check back with you in a few hours. Hi, so it's the next morning. Long story short, my husband is like expected to work until 6 or 7, but he actually texted me at like 4 that, yeah, they finished early, so they're, so yeah, he was coming home. So basically, I didn't have as much time to read as I thought I would. However, I did get probably a total of 100 pages done since I talked to you last. I was going to try to read like more of City of Ink, but then I started Wild Swans, and then I absolutely could not put it down. It was really bad. And I went to bed. So yeah, I am very happy about how much I read yesterday. I think altogether I read about 530 pages. So I'm really happy with it. It got me a kickstart on the rest of the month because there's only a few more days left of the month. So I'm going to get going with the day, and I will see you in the next video. Saturday, I'm really excited about the video that is going up Saturday. This is a new series that I want to start on my channel, and it's something that I've been considering doing for a while, and there's a whole bunch of series I'm considering doing, but this one is like the big one I want to start doing on my channel, and it's a lot of work. I didn't quite estimate like how much work would go into it. So the video that came out Saturday, I probably spent about 20 hours working on. So it's a series I'm hoping to start on my channel every 2 weeks to a month, putting out a new video like this. We'll see if I'm able to keep up with it. And also if you guys like it, because if no one likes it, like, why should I make it? So even though, yeah, I am doing YouTube because I enjoy it, if nobody watches it, why would I like publish it? Why wouldn't I just make the videos for myself and just keep them? So hopefully you guys liked that video, and if you reached the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, like, subscribe. I post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm still not used to that. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.